Now that James Harden has been traded to the Los Angeles Clippers, is it time for the Miami Heat to go all in for Joel Embiid? The Miami Heat start out the 2024 season with a 1-3 record after last night's loss against the Milwaukee Bucks. What's up, you guys? Your boy Ernest here, and I am back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a beautiful Tuesday so far. Let's get ready to rock and roll with another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Sorry I haven't posted anything the last couple days, you guys. As I've mentioned, my family and I were on vacation. Nice little getaway to take some time off. It was awesome. We had a great time. Hope you guys had a great weekend too. Unfortunately, the Miami Heat did not have a great weekend. You lose back-to-back games against the Boston Celtics and the Minnesota Timberwolves. That sucked. You wanted at least one of them. You know, Miami Heat were very close against Boston. You took that L. You get blown out by Minnesota because you rest a lot of your players. And then last night, the Miami Heat dropped to the Milwaukee Bucks 114-122. So the Heat lose 3 games in a row after picking up the home opener against Detroit. This sucks. This is kind of remnants of last season. And as we know, last season, even though we had that historic playoff run, the season sucked. I've said it multiple times. The Miami Heat want to start off with a great record this season, not just because of the obvious, but because of all the backlash you got this offseason, not trading for guys like Damian Lillard and Bradley Beal. If you came out with a strong showing, you weren't going to get as much crap talked about. Unfortunately, with these losses that we've suffered, it's just going to make our case worse. And then what breaks your heart is that you see Damian Lillard do it to us yesterday. You got Damian Lillard dropping 25 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo has 33. Bobby Portis has 16 off the bench. I've said it before, but Milwaukee's bench is what's going to make or break them this season. Their bench had a strong showing last night. You have 8 from Jay Crowder, 8 from Pat Connaughton, 11 from Cameron Payne. The Miami Heat had no answers. Now, of course, I'm not going to give full credit to Milwaukee on this game because Miami wasn't healthy. You didn't have Caleb Martin. You didn't have Bam Adebayo. You just got Josh Richardson back from injury. So the Miami Heat were a little hampered. Now, I will say this, you guys. Let's try to look at the positive instead of the negative. Yeah, we lost to Milwaukee. Yeah, this sucks. But Miami Heat only lost by 8 points. 8 points without two of their starting main players, Caleb Martin and Bam Adebayo. You lose shortly as well to the Boston Celtics. What does that tell me? Now, if Boston and Milwaukee blew us out by 20 and 30, I'd say we'd be toast. But the fact that these losses were so short and the fact that we were hampered by injury tells me that in a 7-game series against Boston or Milwaukee, we can take it to those motherfuckers. Excuse my language. We can take it to them. I don't care. You could say, oh, well, the Heat lost. It doesn't matter. Because in a 7-game series, you guys, you're going to get a much better Miami Heat team. I've said it before and I said it again. This team is not built for the regular season. They're built for the playoffs. I did want them to have a better showing during the season. You don't want to be a play-in team. You want to get top 6, at least top 4, so you can have home court advantage for the first round of the playoffs. But we saw it in the playoffs last year, you guys. Or this past year. Miami Heat as a road team doesn't freaking matter. If they have a chance, if they have an opportunity, they will play their damnedest. They will play their hardest, and they will try their best to get the win. So this season is going to be a process. And I'll tell you this, you guys, the fact that Miami Heat had that strong fourth quarter coming back was great. Now, I want to give a few flowers because flowers definitely go to Tyler Herro. Dude was playing last night like a man on a mission. He gives you 42 minutes with 35 points. The heartbreaker is Jimmy Butler. 29 minutes, 13 points. You know Jimmy's not going to play like that in the playoffs. So that right there is another reason why I'm confident with this Miami Heat team against any team in a 7-game series. Because you ain't going to get 13 points from Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. No. Jimmy Butler's going to bust your ass in the playoffs, Milwaukee. And you don't have Drew Holiday now to try to contain them. Who the hell does Milwaukee have? that's going to stop Jimmy Butler. You can throw Giannis on him. Sure, they tried that last night. It worked. Playoffs is a different setting. And if Giannis has to control Jimmy Butler, it's going to free the other players to do their thing. Giannis is the biggest threat that they have in defense. And yeah, Brook Lopez as well. But Jimmy Butler did damage to these guys in the playoffs in the 2023 season. So I ain't worried about that. I'm really not. Because Milwaukee lacks depth. They really do. And you're going to see it come playoff time. I know this. But besides that, there were some other guys that had really nice showings. Duncan Robinson, 15 points with 22 minutes off the bench. He is consistently showing that he is back. And I'm loving Duncan Robinson's game. You get 8 points from Jaime Jaquez. You get 6 points from Josh Richardson. You get 5 points from Nikola Jovic. But I will say this. Those were a confident 5 points. The fact that Nikola Jovic only got 7 minutes last night is a heartbreaker. I want to see Nikola Jovic play more. Especially in a game where Bam Adebayo was not playing. You needed Nikola Jovic in certain times. Dude can shoot. Dude can facilitate. Dude can rebound. Last night, he gives you 7 minutes, 5 points, 4 rebounds. I mean, if you would have given him 15 minutes, those numbers could have been doubled. I love Nikola Jovic moving forward. I think Eric Spoelstra needs to give him more opportunity. Because you gave 26 minutes to Orlando Robinson. But it wasn't a bad 26 minutes. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Miami Heat has the depth, you guys. Miami Heat has the talent. Don't look at our record and think it's time to push the panic button. I'm confident in this roster. I see how this roster plays. Any given game, they can win. They can beat any team in the NBA. I don't care what anyone says. This Miami Heat team in a 7-game series can beat any team in the NBA. However, with all that said, and I'm sorry, one more thing. Kyle Lowry, 28 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Nah. I mean, it's okay. You get 3 points from Kevin Love, 10 points from Thomas Bryant. I'm going to say something right now, you guys, and I'm going to get to the topic on why I'm sure all of you clicked on this video. I'm going to get to this next topic. But I will say this. As confident as I am with this Miami Heat team, currently constructed, they're not the favorites in the East. I understand that. How do you get over that mountaintop? How do you get over that hill? How do you get Jimmy Butler his very first championship? By making a trade. This team, you guys, currently construed, I think that the chances are there. In a 7-game series, we can take it to anyone. But that's the word I just used. We can take it to anyone. It's not a confidence and it's not a guarantee that we will win. We could win. We could beat any team in a 7-game series, but we can also fall flat on our face and lose in a gentleman's sweep. That's what I said before this season starting, you guys. As deep as we are, this is a boom or bust team. So how do you fix that? By making a trade. Last night, it was reported that the Philadelphia 76ers traded James Harden to the Los Angeles Clippers. And with that poses the question, what's going to happen with Joel Embiid? 1 second, you guys. I know I'm getting to a great topic, but I got to do something from work really quick. All right, there we go. My bad, you guys. Anyways, getting to it one more. All right, sorry about that. While I'm cutting these videos, I'm doing it during my work time, so I got to go back and forth sometimes, you guys. My bad. Anyways, getting to this trade. James Harden was traded to the LA Clippers. He finally got what he wanted. Daryl Morey sent him out and sent him to the team that he wanted, LA Clippers. He did what the Portland Trail Blazers wouldn't do for Damian Lillard. So James Harden got what he wanted. He's going to the Clippers. He's going to play with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So that poses the question, you guys, what the hell is going to happen in Philadelphia? What the hell is going to happen with Joel Embiid and the Sixers? Now, you can say, all right, well, the 76ers can make it work because, yes, they traded James Harden, PJ Tucker, and some dude named Filip Petrovich. And they got back Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, Robert Covington, KJ Martin. Yawn. And they did get back some draft picks and swaps. But does that make Philadelphia a favorite in the East? No. No. Philly, they can make top 6. But for all you know, they may be in play-in team. One injury to Joel Embiid. One small injury where he has to miss a couple weeks. Because you know that's going to happen. Joel Embiid doesn't play a full 82 games. So one injury, that's all it takes. And the 76ers record is going to go down the toilet. So here's what I'm proposing. If you're the Miami Heat, you're looking at your 1-3 roster. You're looking at Boston. You're looking at Milwaukee. You want this to be the year. Then I believe, you guys, that the Miami Heat need to go all in for Joel Embiid. Now, the last video I posted, I briefly talked about this. I briefly talked about if the Miami Heat should get Joel Embiid or James Harden. But now that James Harden is gone, now that James Harden is gone to the Clippers, and the fact that Philly didn't really get much back, I'm sorry, you guys, but Nick Batum, washed. Robert Covington, washed. Marcus Morris, his best days are behind him, in my opinion. It's not really going to move the needle. James Harden, say what you want about him as an all-star, or excuse me, as about him as a playoff performer, he's still an all-star. He's still a guy that can be a capable number 2. Philly didn't get anybody back that's like that. Now, yeah, they have Tyrese Maxey. He could step up. He could evolve. I just don't see it. Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid are closest of friends. They played together back when Jimmy was in Philly. Jimmy has said in the past that Joel Embiid has been his favorite teammate. Joel has said the same thing about Jimmy. And there's also been some exchanges in the past few years where Jimmy has given that open welcome to Joel Embiid coming to the Heat. It was something about a few years ago where Joel Embiid put a tweet saying about him being a villain, and then Jimmy responded, "I know where villains are appreciated and loved." That's little seeds planting. Now, does that mean anything? Probably not. But here's what I will say. Losing Damian Lillard, not trading for Bradley Beal, not trading for James Harden when Kyle Lowry has had this miserable showing. You've lost out on Kawhi Leonard. You've lost out on Kevin Durant. You've lost out on Gordon Hayward. You've lost out on Donovan Mitchell. You've lost out on Kyrie Irving. Pat Riley, Andy Ellsberg, and the Miami Heat have fallen flat in their face for years when it comes to getting a whale next to Jimmy Butler. They have not been able to do it. This, in my opinion, is the final opportunity for the Miami Heat to make a big trade. Now, look, you never know. Trade deadline's in February. A disgruntled player may come up and the Miami Heat may swoop in like a creepy dude swooping in on a chick's DMs. You never know. But at the end of the day, this could be the final opportunity because the situation is perfect. Now, we're going to have to wait it out and see what happens in Philly. Because if they go on a winning run, I mean, you never know, but if they go on a nice little winning streak, then it's going to keep Joel Embiid happy. The only way I feel that this trade will happen is if after the move was made for James Harden, if Philly just starts falling flat on their face, losing games, the chemistry's not there. Now, what does Philly need to do? Go all in for Tyrese Maxey as their future. Rebuild. Go back to trusting in the process, I guess, because this didn't work. So what do you do? If you're the Miami Heat, what do you offer? Because it's not like there's not going to be any other suitors. There's going to be a lot of suitors for Joel Embiid. You got the New York Knicks. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers. You got the Brooklyn Nets, I'm sure. You got a lot of teams that are going to come in and make big, grand offers for Joel Embiid because he was the NBA's MVP last season. He's one of the best players in the NBA. Now, a lot of people are going to say, you obviously have to give up Bam for Joel Embiid. And that's partially true. I think that if the Miami Heat is going to make an offer and go after Joel Embiid, they have to give a great offer. You can't lowball like you were doing with Damian Lillard. It's not time for that shit right now. It's time to win. If you can create a big three surrounding Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Joel Embiid, it's over. It's over for the East. I don't care what Milwaukee does. I don't care what Boston does. You can't beat that trio. But how do you make a trade like that happen? How do you convince Philadelphia to trade you Joel Embiid and not have to give up Bam Adebayo? Well, you have a sweetie of a piece by the name of Tyler Herro. And I know we're going back to Tyler Herro. We spent months talking about him. And I know a lot of you trolls out there are going to say that Tyler Herro is not an asset. For those people that will actually take a moment to say that, your opinion doesn't matter because you don't know basketball. That's just a fact. For anybody that's going to come and tell me Herro's not an asset, you don't know anything about basketball. Your opinion does not matter. That's just a fact. Sorry. But here's the thing. Tyler Herro is just coming off of a 35-point game. Tyler Herro is leading the Miami Heat in scoring. Tyler Herro is on a very friendly contract for the next 4 years, especially with the new spike in the NBA salary cap. You can convince Philadelphia to take Tyler Herro. You just got to make the offer look attractive. Now, if Philly's going to trade Joel Embiid, what are they going to want? They're going to want a mix of young players, draft picks, obviously, and expiring contracts. And we're going back to this whole Damian Lillard scenario in the summer. But guys, Miami Heat has all that. You got young assets in Tyler Herro. You can throw in a Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic. You can possibly throw in Caleb Martin. You can throw in other little pieces to make the numbers work. You got Kyle Lowry, sweetie of a $30 million contract ready to expire. And if you're a team that's rebuilding, expiring contracts are beautiful to have because you can either buy them out, you can trade them to another team, or just keep them on your team and wait for the season to finish out so their numbers are off your books. It is nothing but a positive for your team. So, and also, you have 2 to 3 future first-round draft picks that you can send to Philadelphia. That's a perfect trade right there. The numbers work. You can take Joel Embiid, maybe throw in a filler from Philly to make the numbers match. Send out Tyler Herro, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, Kyle Lowry, future first-round draft picks. Maybe you can keep Jaime Jaquez and have to send Caleb Martin regardless. I know people are going to lose their shit. No, don't send Caleb. No, don't send Jaime. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. If it's for Joel Embiid, you send those guys. You don't know what Jaime Jaquez or Nikola Jovic is going to be, but you know what Joel Embiid is. So you trade for that. You go all in. Enough of this nickel and dime crap. Enough of this trying to hold your assets. If you want to win, you need to win now. You need to pull the trigger and make it work now. So that is my suggestion. Tyler Herro, Nikola Jovic, Jaime Jaquez, Kyle Lowry, multiple first-round draft picks for Joel Embiid and a filler. Or you take out Jaquez or Jovic and you slide in Caleb Martin. If you have to give up all 5, kill me, but whatever. Do what you gotta do. Because if you can create a team surrounding Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Joel Embiid, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, you can't beat that team. You can't. You have Josh Richardson. You have Thomas Bryant. You keep Kevin Love, maybe. There's a lot of assets this team has. You're going to have Hayward Highsmith come back. Your players are going to evolve. You got Drew Smith. You got Orlando Robinson. You got Jamal Cain. You got Cole Swider. You got RJ Hampton. You got a lot of pieces that can step up if you need to include multiple players in a trade for Joel Embiid. Miami will make it work. Eric Spoelstra will make it work. I forgot to mention even Duncan Robinson. He can stay in the team with the trade. It's gonna work. If you trade Tyler Herro, okay, fine. What do we do for a starting lineup? I don't care. Josh Richardson and Duncan Robinson with Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid, and Bam Adebayo. Every player right there is 6'6" and above. That's great. We're gonna be the tallest lineup out there. The best defense, the tallest lineup. I mean, come on, guys. Think about it. Josh Richardson, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo on the same floor together. no team is going to be able to score 100 points. That's one of the most dangerous defensive teams in the NBA. And let's not forget, Joel Embiid, Bam, or Jimmy can give you 30 points any time of game. That's my proposal. That's what I feel is going to turn this team into a favorite. Joel Embiid is the final piece to make this Miami Heat team go. He has a perfect relationship with Jimmy Butler. There is definitely interest. We just need to wait and see what happens in Philly. It's a wait and see game. Until then, Miami Heat's going to have to eat crap and like the taste of it for the next few games that we have. But we can pull through. The next 5 games are winnable games. I think the Miami Heat can come through a stretch. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think a trade for Joel Embiid can happen? Or do you think it's just another thing that we're dreaming about? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But guys, please take a moment, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and I definitely need your guys' help to get there. Thank you so much for support, you guys. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go Heat. Get Joel Embiid.